Welcome. In this video, we will cover the basics of using AimSim sketch mode. In this lesson, you will get an overview of AimSim sketch mode layout and functionality, learn the process of creating a model using graphical component icons within sketch mode, and how individual components can be connected using lines in order to transfer data between components. Let's get started by getting familiar with the sketch mode layout. AimSim's workflow begins with the sketch mode and allows users to start with an empty graphical interface where component icons can be arranged and connected to create entire systems. After launching AimSim, a new empty project will automatically be opened. If you already have AimSim open and want to open a new empty project, simply click on the Create a New System icon in the top left corner of your AimSim window. Within the project, you will notice two main windows: an empty sketch window where components will be placed and assembled, and a library tree where you can search various AimSim component libraries for use in creating a sketch. From the default layout, you won't have all the libraries active. To access or remove libraries, click on the sketch menu at the top left and then Category Path List. Once the Path List window appears, select the Libraries tab. There are many libraries to search and choose components from, such as mechanical, thermal, electrical, hydraulic, signals, as well as many more. Libraries can be made available for use in a simulation by selecting the library name from the left column and adding it to the available libraries in the right column by clicking the Add button. Similarly, libraries which are not currently needed can be removed by selecting the library name in the right column and clicking on the Remove button in the right lower corner of the Path List window. Make sure that the mechanical library as well as the signal control library is loaded, as we will be utilizing their components in the next part of this video. To demonstrate how to create a sketch, I will place all the components required for the quarter car model. From the library tree, left-click a component icon and hover the icon where you would like it positioned in the sketch plane. You can flip components by clicking the right mouse button. You can also rotate a component by clicking the middle mouse button. Once you are happy with the component's position and orientation in the sketch plane, simply left-click to place the component. If you would like to change the position of any components, you can select components with a left-click and hold to drag components and reposition them. Place the component by releasing the left mouse button. To reorient a component once it is placed, double-click the component icon, and once again, the middle or right mouse buttons can be used to flip or rotate the component. Left-click to place the component. Many components have data connection ports, labeled on this mask component with a 1 and 2, which allow for systems of components to be created. If compatible, components can be connected directly or with a line to allow for data to be transferred. If the ports are not compatible, an error message will appear. There are two main ways of connecting components. The first is direct connection. Components with compatible ports can be directly connected without the use of lines. The second is lines. Sometimes it is not physically possible to connect two compatible component ports. In this case, the ports can be connected by using the line component. To use the line component, simply left-click on each port you wish to connect. Generally speaking, only use lines when they are absolutely necessary. This leads to a much neater sketch and there's less chance for bad connections. To reduce the time it takes to locate components, you can select individual libraries to browse. Or search for a specific component using the library tree search function if you know the name of the component you wish to use. Once your components are placed, you can select multiple components by holding down the Shift and clicking to select or deselect each component. Draw a box to select or deselect groups of components by holding the left mouse button and moving the mouse to define a rectangle. Use Ctrl A to select all components in a sketch. In order to customize your sketch, the aliasing feature can be utilized to rename components to a more familiar naming convention. To alias a component, right-click on it and select Alias. A new name can be entered in the pop-up window. Click OK to assign the new alias entered. Clicking the alias list will bring up a list of all components, which can also be edited by double-clicking the component name and typing in a new alias. Keep in mind, components on the same sketch level must have unique aliases. The alias list can also be accessed by going to the Sketch menu, then Alias List. These alias labels for components and/or lines can be displayed or hidden in the sketch by right-clicking on a component or line, cursoring over labels, selecting Show Component Labels or Show Line Labels. Similarly, these alias labels can be hidden. To lock your sketch so that it can't be unintentionally modified, click on the Sketch menu and select Lock Sketch. Sketches can be unlocked in the same fashion.